Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Matt and I'm back. It's been over a week now since I did a video, and I said, hey, I better get cracking here and let me get another video going for the folks out there in Matthew Street land and just say hello to everybody. So a couple of quick ones today. I'm going to get a couple of videos done, I think, and just a couple of topics that are close to my heart I thought I'd do for this installment and the next video as well. But as you can see from the title, this is my Power Pop 101 video. Okay, I'll try to make it as quick as I can. But basically, as you all know, if you've watched any of my videos over the past year, a little over a year now, I've been making videos, is I love power pop music. I love the genre. I love everything about it. So I'm going to try to explain it a little bit to you, nothing too heavy, and show you a few great books I have that if you want to get an introduction to power pop and learn about it, I would highly suggest seeking out some or all of these books, or at least one or two of them. I must be honest right from the start, it could be very difficult to locate and acquire some of these books. They're fantastic books. There isn't a bad one in the bunch, but I have to be honest, once they're printed, usually they only go into one or two printings, and then they sell out and they're gone, they're gone. You might have to search on eBay or somewhere to get them, but basically I wanted to give you a little tutorial here. So there's plenty of books out there if you want to learn about power pop. Power pop to me is basically, it all started with the Beatles, and I'll explain that in a minute when I go through some of the other books here, but I would say the Beatles were kind of the beginning of power pop, or the foundation of it. If you get into some of the Beatle tracks like Anytime at All, And Your Bird Can Sing, You're Going to Lose That Girl, songs of that nature, Another Girl, songs of that style with, you know, great crunchy guitar chords and kind of like a Rickenbacker jangle. Not that all of them have a Rickenbacker jangle to them, but that jangle guitar sound, high in melody, high in hooks. I mean, more hooks than could catch 1,000 fish in some of these songs. That's what power pop is. It's good crunchy chords, great melodies, hooks galore. Soaring vocals with great harmonies, just a positive message for the most part, a positive message to power pop music. It's just great, catchy, fun, hook-filled music. That's what it's all about. And you can find that, the origins of it, back with the Beatles and the early bands like the Kinks and the Who would kind of be the grandfathers or godfathers of power pop. I just happen to show you this book really quick. It's by an author by the name of Craig Dorfman, Brighter Day, A Jellyfish Story. Jellyfish is one of the bigger power pop bands from the 90s, okay? Great book on jellyfish. Okay, A Jellyfish Story by Craig Dorfman. Okay, I just want to show you that quick. I got a great book by Mike Hayes with Ken Sharp. It's called Reputation is a Fragile Thing, The Story of Cheap Trick. This is a great book. It's a few years old, though, so it doesn't go right up to date with their history and making the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But it's a hard-to-find book. It's out of print, but it's a great little tutorial foundation of Cheap Trick. Again, you all know Cheap Trick, recent Hall of Fame inductees. They are one of the greatest power pop bands of all time. When you're talking great crunchy guitars with a beat, with hooks, with melody, soaring vocals, great harmonies, fun music, Cheap Trick, power pop all the way. Okay, this one's going to be really hard to find. It's, again, you're going to hear the name Ken Sharp a lot. He's really big in the promotion and pushing of the power pop genre. He's really into it. But Ken Sharp and Doug Sulpy wrote a book several years ago. It's a good 10 years old. It's called Power Pop, Conversations with the Power Pop Elite. Again, Ken Sharp and Doug Sulpy. This is a great book. I'll hold it up close so you can see some of the artists he interviews in this book, if you want to pause it. But again, great book. If you want to learn about some of the greatest power pop artists and you want it all in one spot, this is a great little book for it. But as I said, these books are hard to find. Good luck finding it. You may have to go to eBay. You may have to go to one of those sites and get a used one. You may have to spend a couple of bucks. But if you're into it, this is a great one. Okay, now here's the creme de la creme. There's a 5-part series of these books. Again, they're by Ken Sharp. Again, that name, he's the author, Ken Sharp. That's my New England Boston accent coming out. Ken Sharp Ken Sharp here for you. Hey, Ken Sharp. Park the car in Ken Sharp's yard. No, I'm only kidding. No, I'm not kidding, actually. That's the way we talk around here. But I try to water it down a little bit for my videos. But I do slip on occasion, I must say. Okay, so I'm going to start with these. These are fantastic. They're going to be 5 in the series, and they're up to number 4 right now. Hopefully 5 will be out soon. If you want to learn about Power Pop, if you want to know what it's all about, try to find these books. They're going to be hard to find. A couple of them could be expensive because they're well out of print. But they've only come out in the last 4 or 5 years or so, and they've made it up to number 4. Number 5 should be soon. They're going in succession of the origins of Power Pop all the way up to today. Volume 1, they're called, again, by Ken Sharp, Volume 1, and they're called Play On Power Pop Heroes. And they have Pete Townsend on the cover of Volume 1. Here's the back. Great pictures of all the different people inside. And what Ken has done is he's interviewed all these different Power Pop artists from the foundation, the origins of Power Pop in this Volume 1. So, again, quick tutorial here. The Beatles, the Beach Boys. Now, when I say these band names, he may not be interviewing every member of the band, obviously, but like for the Beatles, for example, he does Ringo Starr and has a Power Pop conversation with Ringo. But different band members, in some cases, all the band members are interviewed, in some cases, only 1 or 2. Okay, but it's still fantastic. All right, so Volume 1, which came out in 2014, the Beatles, the Beach Boys, the Dave Clark 5, the Kinks, the Hollies, the Byrds, the Who, and again, just by me saying these names, any of you that want to learn about Power Pop or how it originated and where it's gone and where it's taken itself, listen to these names, you'll get a feel and a flavor for what Power Pop is. The Byrds, the Who, the Turtles, the Knickerbockers, the Zombies, the Left Bank, Bee Gees, Small Faces, the Move, Jeff Lynne, the Nazz, Emmett Rhodes, Badfinger, Raspberries, Big Star. That's Volume 1. I mean, there's the origins of Power Pop right there, folks. Right in that first book. Volume 2, Play On, Power Pop Heroes. Again, by Ken Sharp. It's got a nice picture of Rick Nielsen. Cheap Trick. Some cool pictures of the different artists on the back. Look at the thickness of this thing. I'm going to show you Volume 1. I didn't show you the binding. I'll try to do that for each one. Look at these books. Look at all his effort he's put into these things. This is the thickest one, Volume 2. Okay, so listen to the artist that's in Volume 2, you people who want to learn. Came out in 2015, Volume 2. The Flamin' Groovies, Rick Springfield, Blue Ash, Stories, The Hudson Brothers, Cheap Trick, Pez Band, Sweet, Shoes, Dwight Twilley, Bay City Rollers, Ramones, The Rubinoos, Utopia, The Babies, Piper, Artful Dodger, XTC, Squeeze, The Records, The A's, The Toms, and The Flash Cubes. What a great lineup of artists in Volume 2. Again, you're taking some of these names, mentally noting them. That's what Power Pop is all about, folks. I know a lot of you out there have asked me, what is Power Pop, Matt? What is it and how can I get into it? Listen to some of these names I'm throwing at you, and this is how you can take it right up through the ranks here and learn all about the history of Power Pop from the Beatles on up. Okay, Volume 3 has a nice drawing of the Knack on the front cover. Play On, Power Pop Heroes, Ken Sharp, Volume 3. Here's the back. There's the binding. Okay. Listen to these artists in Volume 3. The Romantics, Rockpile, The Runaways, Paley Brothers, Greg Kihn, New England, Nick Gilder. Okay. Off-Broadway, 2020, The Beat, The Plimsolls, The Knack, Robin Lane and the Chartbusters, Marshall Crenshaw, 4 Out of 5 Doctors, and the Pinkies. Okay, great. Takes you right up through the 80s and beyond. Volume 4. Again, I don't want to make this video too long today. Power Pop Heroes, Play On, Volume 4, with a picture of the Bangles on the cover. There's the back. There's the binding. Okay, listen what's in volume 4. This is the most recent one I have. Came out in 2017. The DBs, the producers, Tommy Keene, Let's Active, the Go-Go's, the Sponge Tones, the Bangles, the 3 O'Clock, the Smithereens, Crowded House, Hoodoo Gurus, Red Cross, Matthew Sweet, Teenage Fan Club, Pursuit of Happiness, Michael Penn, Parthian Huxley. Again, coming up into the 90s with Volume 4. Now, Volume 5 isn't out yet, but let me just say this. Here's what's going to be coming in Volume 5. It's in the back of Volume 4. The Rembrandts, The Velvet Crush, Enough's Enough, Gin Blossoms, Jellyfish, The Posies, Jason Faulkner, Fountains of Wayne, Material Issue, Sloan, Cotton Mather, Wondermints, Kyle Vincent, Wanderlust, Fastball, Merrimaker, Shazam, and Pugwash. Folks, Power Pop. Get it. Know it. Love it. Check it out. You'll love it. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.